everybody, Drake Riggs here once again with the one and only Kasey Karlsen. She's in my hometown this time. We were in Nashville last time we caught up in person, and now joining me in Portland, Kasey. So it's very nice to have you. I don't have to go anywhere far this time. You came to me. It worked out.
Hell yeah. No, I love it. I was walking around earlier. I was telling you before. I was going thrifting, so that it was very nice. I had some grocery store sushi.
Okay.
Just a little California roll, and then we're chilling.
Yeah, yes we are. Yes we are. So I mean, you said tour's been good so far. As you said, we were chatting a little bit. How's it been? I mean, no horror stories with bustings like last time.
Oh well.
Don't have to dig into that exactly, but
I have plentiful of stories. I mean, but overall, like, we are in a new RV on this tour.
Is it Amy? Is that the name?
Her name is Amy. At least that's what we're calling her for right now. Andrew, drummer. He's like not sold on Amy though.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe subject to change. He was thinking maybe we could do a vote on it. So maybe we'll do a vote on it. I know. Because originally, like, he said Hazel, and I was like, I kind of love that. And then he was like, no, Hazel's too old. I was like.
That was my immediate thought.
Right, but also I'm like, she's an 06.
Okay.
So she's a little.
It fits.
Right.
It fits.
Right.
Color too.
Right.
Hazily theme.
Very hazily, exactly.
Cozy. Hazel's
right.
Cozy.
Right.
But I'm curious, Kasey. I've heard you talk about it a little bit, and just stuff online and everything. But what's been the favorite song on the set list so far? I know you're in love with "Die in Paradise." Is that the answer? Is that what's hitting this tour?
See, I don't know. I think "Die in Paradise" will always hold a special place in my heart. But I think on this tour, "Wither" has just been really like crushing, and I mean, just the energy that the crowd has, the reactions that the crowd has during "Wither" is just like unfathomably awesome. So I think on this tour, I think "Wither" is the one.
All right. I always like to get a little bit deeper with you on some of these questions here, Kasey. So I want to ask you, like, is there one of the songs? Because I don't think we've really dived in too much to the full EP, but like that has been most personal to you. The more that I listen to Limbo, I'm like, this shit's actually hitting me pretty deep. Like, I can relate in some ways, and I know you've talked about Crushed having its, connection there with Fast Things. But is there one in particular out of the Seven Deadly Sins?
Honestly, I think More cuts deepest because, I mean, it's, to me, the sin is gluttony, right?
Yeah.
And so gluttony doesn't necessarily have to just mean indulging in food,
right.
But often gluttony can be conflated with addiction or eating disorders in general, and having dealt with those topics very closely in my life, like I definitely hits home.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely just all the lyrics. I mean, like, having dealt with food issues myself, it's just always something to. It's just a deep cut.
Yeah. So we kind of. I feel like dreading's too intense of a word, but when you were getting ready to write it, because it's this theme you had, right?
Yeah.
Like, we were like, this one's gonna get me or something like that.
Well, it's so funny. We had a couple versions of the song before the Seven Deadly Sins was even a thing, and it was okay. And then when we actually like hammered into the Seven Deadly Sins theme, everything just kind of came out naturally, and everything just kind of fell into place from there.
Right. Naturally.
Yeah, naturally, right. But yeah, I mean, like, I think whenever there's a song that's like emotionally charged like that, it tends to come out easily, and
right.
Like, even when we just recorded the new album in February, which we're like so stoked on.
Congrats. I was gonna get to that.
Thank you. I know, I'm spoiling it for you. But I mean, a lot of that stuff is so. It's even more emotionally charged than anything of Seven, maybe Seven combined.
Okay, wow.
And you'll see. It's going to be insane.
Very excited, very excited. I'll circle back to that, Kasey. But last time we got up to, talked about the other concerts that we go to, right? And crazy enough, it's actually almost been a full year since we last talked. It feels like it wasn't that long ago. Lots just been happening. Just life, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But, so that widens this question, though. But best show that you've seen as an attendee, as a fan, as a viewer since then?
Ever or since
since
then.
the last year. Yeah.
I saw Spirit Box. Spirit Box was insane. I saw Architects.
Okay. You saw Pierce the Veil recently, right?
I did.
Yeah,
Pierce
yeah.
the Veil
That
was
was a good
amazing
one.
too. Oh my god, this is such a difficult question. Pierce the Veil was definitely up there. I totally forgot that was in between the time that we last saw each other. But also, like, dude, Sea Queen rips.
I am
and the
so upset
fact,
I didn't get to see them.
I know, dude. I wish so badly that you did. Like, she is absolutely insane. And her live show is unlike no other. And I mean, just her energy that she brings, and the crowds every night were insane. So honestly, I feel like, I mean, maybe it's because I'm biased, but like, watching her like 20 times in a month was
it's spoiled.
awesome and never got old.
I know, it's like, I had the opportunity to see them. Maybe not. You guys didn't really come. I don't know where I was when you were doing that tour, but I know I missed it. And then they were me and my girlfriend went to Canada for a trip, and they were in Vancouver during that week with Electric Callboy.
Right.
And I was like, I really want to go to this, babe. But we waited so long, and the tickets were like pretty expensive, and we're like, we were there vacationing for other stuff. That would have been so great, though. That combo, I was like, oh.
Did you see Motionless and Bring Me touring together?
Yes.
I'm so pissed. They, like, literally, Madison Square Garden is, like, my hometown venue. I'm from New York. I'm from Long Island. So, the fact that I could have seen them in, like, the most iconic venue, oh, it breaks my heart that I wasn't there. I'm, like, pissed off about it.
Yeah, got to play with them, though.
That's true.
That memory will always live.
That's true.
I'm glad you mentioned Motionless, though, because I got to ask you, we're both big fans. Like, I have a feeling that this next album's going to fucking rip.
Oh,
how are you feeling about these these singles so far?
I mean, dude, they're heavy as hell, and my one concern with bands, no, not even with them, just bands in general, because sometimes they just delve down, like, the octane core only,
sure,
and then they never really touch on the heavy stuff again.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're already giving us, like, crazy heavy stuff. I mean, Corey Taylor on some, come on, man, that's fucking awesome. I do wonder if Ronnie Radke's gonna be like, see, he copied me with that.
That's
I'll be
been
like,
online and
bro,
everything.
like, calm down, dude.
Yeah, we'll wait and see about that one.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Am I calling it now? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
to be determined.
But apparently they squashed the beef. Right?
Not that I've seen.
I thought I saw that.
Maybe they have.
I thought I saw him, like, Ronnie was like, yeah, like, me and Chris, like, squashed the beef. But it was so not publicized. So maybe that was just him being like, damn, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Not saying anything about it. But either way, I hope that's true, because I do love their music.
We like people getting along.
Right. That's a huge thing.
Yes. Which is kind of funny, like, the message of playing God, I think, is, I love when there's a good message with something, obviously, and everything like that, but it's kind of an interesting balance, I think, Kasey, and I want to ask you about this, because I know you're passionate about certain things and beliefs and all that, which is totally fair, all good, here for it, but, like, some people want people to, like, stay in their lane, but in music, I feel like you have such an opportunity to veer out. It's kind of the point of creating your art and everything, so, like, I'm sure you get shit for things and all that, but, like, how do you kind of navigate when people are like, oh, just talk about music, or don't do this?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Release the list.
Right. Actually, I don't know if you've seen anything online, but every night I scream at the end of our set, release the Epstein files.
Okay,
so,
I haven't seen that.
Because people could say, like, oh, like, just talk, just write your music or whatever, but, like, music is about being genuine, and it's about being yourself. It's an art form, and if you're not, passionate about what you're writing about, what you're doing, what you're singing, it's not gonna come through, and it's not gonna do well.
Yeah.
Like, even if you want it to do well, like, you have to make sure that you are putting a piece of your heart into that. And I know what I believe, and I know my heart, and I know that my intentions are well-intentioned. I know that standing up for what you believe in, obviously can be controversial, but, like, why the fuck would I, like, stand for not releasing.
Well,
the
that
vinyls.
one specifically is like you
That's-
should not be against that,
Right? Like if you're against
I don't
that,
think most people are, thankfully.
Right,
But,
right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I will say, like, as this next album is definitely politically charged for a lot of it, and the thing that I hope people know is that, like, the thing that I do get is nobody is immune to propaganda. So, like, we're fucking brainwashed to believe one thing or the other by design.
Yeah.
And I'll never be mad at my fellow citizens for, believing one thing or the next, but I guess the hope is just that we all start talking to each other and changing each other's minds to unite and actually take down the thing that actually matters, that pedophiles were running the fucking country. That's horrible.
Yeah, we should
like, it can't get any worse than that, really.
We should bring that up pretty often because it's a problem.
Yes, right.
Yeah, so I think that was beautifully said. Okay, let's talk about the album a little bit now.
Yeah.
I mean, how much can you tell me, Kasey? Because I'm very excited. This is a big deal, obviously. First official technical album. Like, you can kind of count 7, I think, right? But album.
Right. Debut.
What are we allowed to say?
Well, like I
you
said,
just gave some hints there, yes.
Yeah. But
roughly how many songs are we talking on this bad boy?
Over 10.
Okay, I like
over
that.
10. So we've just been cooking it up, man. I mean, like, we're going very experimental in a lot of ways. I mean, we're going super mega heavy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going, we have even some, like, pop rock on there, too. It's, like, kind of crazy how, like, juxtaposing every song is next to each other. But, of course, like, the overall theme, overall sound is definitely metal.
Sure.
But we even have something that I've been dying to do for years. We finally have some, like, EDM dubstep elements in it, and I'm like, fuck yeah! I'm like, I have been wanting to do this forever. So it finally feels like we are really carving out a new sound that hasn't existed, and that to me is just like the best.
Right, amazing. Still boy what? Is he helped out with anything?
He's been so busy.
Oh, okay.
We fucking love him, but he's a busy guy, man. I mean, he was doing Hollywood Undead, he was doing Jairus Johnson, just a ton of,
Plate is
awesome
full.
people.
Plate is full.
Right. But, I mean, doors always open.
Yeah, of course. So then any collab possibility here, or is this just all Deadlands doing their thing?
We're figuring that out.
Okay.
We're not set on anything just yet.
Okay.
And I like to shoot very high.
Mm-hmm. Aim for the stars.
Right. So we'll see. I have some ideas. For, like, the pop rock one. But I also have some ideas for, like, the super mega stupid heavy one.
Okay.
So
this sounds like it's not done yet then. This is in process? Okay.
So it's recorded, but it is currently being mixed and mastered.
Okay, gotcha.
So we're just tightening everything up in a neat little bow.
An ideal release time this year?
I don't think this year, probably early next year.
Okay, all right.
But I know that we are absolutely planning to do some singles this year.
I'm looking forward to that, definitely. And the springboard off it, I guess, Kasey, dream scenario I want to hit you with, like, people you could work with. Let's go dream scenario one, and then one that I guess is most realistic. Because, obviously you can aim for whatever, and then...
Oh my god. I don't know.
So many options.
I have no idea. Let me see. I mean, this is like literally shooting for space.
Okay.
But like, Ollie Sykes.
Okay, of course.
I fucking love him. Chris Motionless, I feel like is such an obvious one for me. I would love to work with, like, Hayley Williams is like my favorite vocalist of all time.
Okay.
I love her. I
Fair.
love her so much. Her voice is just insane. But I think like something more within reach, potentially. Dude, Showing Teeth has been like all over our shit. We've been sound checking with Labyrinth. Like we'll tune the PA to Labyrinth. I think I actually just posted it on my stories today when we were doing that. But
you did, like,
love
right
Addison.
before we met.
Yeah, right. But yeah, dude, I love Addison. She seems really cool. Her vocals are fucking nuts. So I feel like I would definitely work with her. And then maybe, I guess, if we're even shooting high but still semi-realistic. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm blanking. I'll go with Addison.
Yeah, that's a good one. And when I saw the, I don't know if this was a recent clip, but she was on stage with. She did Slaughterhouse.
Yes,
yeah,
she did.
That was pretty
was
epic.
like,
yeah, that was great. So yeah, it's a wonderful choice. A lot of possibilities, right?
Right.
Just gotta keep grinding away. And I mean, 2 more tours, Kasey. Added just 2 more. I mean, nonstop.
Non-stop,
What is this?
dude.
Tell me about the excitement for both of these coming up.
Oh man, I'm so excited. I mean,
Will you
like,
survive?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really do. But honestly, like, I think because the tours are like somewhat close to each other, I feel like that's a lot better than having a tour and then like a giant ass break.
Sure.
And then
Keep
like
the
coming
momentum
right,
rolling,
right. And also just like you're more physically prepared for it.
Yeah,
Physically,
yeah.
mentally, you know, all that stuff. And I mean, this tour with Until I Wake and Pink Noise, I'm like so super excited. I have loved a lot of Pink Noise's stuff specifically, and the fact I didn't even know that they were going to be on the tour.
Yes.
So I was like, let's fucking go. And then I've been a fan of Until I Wake forever. So the fact that we are touring together is just bonkers. It's like another full circle moment,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
So, and then the Browning,
I know. I saw that. I was like, okay.
I'm
all
like,
right.
it's fucking sick. And I'm also super excited for that one because I feel like that's an audience that we've never been in front of.
Right.
So I'm a little nervous for it because I don't know if people are gonna be like, this shit's too fucking light, like fucking get off the stage. But I think with the EDM influences that we're gonna be mixing in onto the new record, I think people are really gonna dig it. And so that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, you got to put yourself into these spots to expose the find new audiences and everything.
Right.
Exposure. and all
Right.
that, so.
Yeah, we're going to so many places that we've never been before too. Like Casper, Wyoming. I'm like, I don't
You're
think.
like, where?
Right. We were traveling through Wyoming, and we stopped at a gas station, and we had this like gas station pizza,
Okay.
and it was like Pizza Hut pizza.
Okay.
But I fucking love Pizza
Sure,
Hut
yeah.
pizza, so it was pretty lit. I was like, all right, Wyoming, I see you.
I know you don't get to like explore the cities too much because you're always going everything. But do you have a favorite city to play? Like, let's say excluding home, right? Because that's probably the answer.
Honestly, it's the complete opposite.
Okay.
As much as I love playing hometown shows,
Yeah.
like just the environment of the city is just hectic.
Yeah.
No, it's just stressful. All of it is like it. New York is the security is just the worst all the time. Like very very
Right.
like strict with everything. But I don't know. My favorite city to play. We actually played Salt Lake City,
Okay.
and they were fucking awesome, which we were not expecting. Like, because the last time we played Salt Lake City, it was great, but they weren't getting as turned as this time around,
okay.
which was awesome. Man, Florida also, they go very hard anywhere in Florida.
Yeah.
There's just like a handful. I don't know. That's such a hard question.
I know, a lot of cities.
A lot of cities. And I feel like a lot of them blend together, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah.
So
Unless the
I'm
venue's like super unique or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, like, if I looked at a list, I could probably tell you.
Okay. All right.
But they're all escaping me.
Oh, good. A lot going on. But I mean, like, touring with Vana. I mean, or Vana, however you pronounce. I will be honest, Kasey. This is another one of those artists that you brought me onto. I have never.
Really?
I've only heard like 2 songs, and I wanted to not listen on purpose, right?
Wow.
So I'm like, you're helping me out. You're doing me a solid. But how has it been? I'm learning as we speak about her. So.
Dude, well, she rips so hard. You're going to be blown away by her show. She has such a good show. She has so many vibes going on. She's a badass, but she's also super funny and silly.
Okay.
So it's like the dynamic of her just like screaming at you, but then also being like this cutesy little like redheaded girl.
Sure.
Cause I'm 5'2" for anybody who doesn't know, and she's my height. So it's like, first of all, being eye level with somebody is crazy.
Yeah, that's fun.
And like just the fact that she's got the wicked screams and she's got like the cutesy voice, and then also just all the bits that she does in her show. Like you're gonna fucking love it. We were going thrifting together today.
Okay,
and
nice.
I was thrifting with her, and so that was fun. But she and her entire camp are fucking awesome. They're all rock stars. I love every single one of them. Niles, actually, her guitarist, is going to be playing bass for us.
Oh, okay. So, alright. There you go. Yes.
He's been fucking sick.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I'm very excited. That you got me pumped. I'm ready for it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Kasey, I want to hit you with some controversy topics. Not like we're not going to get controversial, but debates that I've seen kind of over the years. And I wanted to ask you about this last time, but I totally forgot. The mic cupping debate. Have you heard about this?
I have.
What's your opinion? And I mean, obviously, I think you're pretty. You cup a little bit, yeah.
So actually,
it's like a little half.
Kind of, but I get away with it, and here's why.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, I don't ever actually cup the mic, and I think it is bad to cup the mic. I don't think you should do it because your sound engineer will hate you.
Yes.
But I understand for some effects, I get it. And the only reason why I can get away with it is because of the capsule that I use on my microphone.
Okay.
So I use Austrian Audio's, I believe it's the, I want to say it's the 303 from them, the OC 303. Don't quote me on that. It's either 505 or 303, something like that. But with the way that it's built, like, this has little holes in it.
Okay.
So they literally specifically told me, they're like, you can cup the mic as long as you keep one of these open, because
it's like made for it.
Right, it's literally
Okay.
like made for it. And I was like, really? They're like, yeah, it's not gonna make a difference. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I like the way I hold the mic. I kind of like, and then I have like a little pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So
That helps with grip too, yeah.
it does. It does. I don't know. I grip it kind of weird, but it's definitely fuck cupping. That's what I'll say.
Okay, not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. Yeah. It's,
Just get the right capsule, and you won't have to worry about it.
It's funny because I was so stunned to see like how big of a like argument that is online between like
Yeah.
singers and stuff. I had no idea. So.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Just get that and you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Right.
You go. There
Right.
You go. Okay, I'm very interested to hear what you got to say about this, Kasey, but the AI debates. And I don't know if you saw the Ice Nine Kills stuff. We love Ice Nine Kills. I still am all for them and everything, but the AI thing I feel weird about.
They're still using it?
I don't know if they still are, but they obviously trolled a bit in the reaction with it and everything, but I guess just what's your general take on... I don't know, that was more of an art thing, right?
Yeah.
Their cover art and stuff, but
Right.
just in general, that's obviously taken over the world. So,
Yeah. Well,
thoughts there.
I mean, first and foremost, I think regulations need to be in place,
Yeah.
1,010%, and environmentally especially is fucking huge. It's ruining people's lives environmentally, which is so awful. But unfortunately, I do think that it is inevitable. Like, the takeover is kind of here. It's happening, and especially because we don't have anybody regulating it or anything. Like, it's kind of this force of like, it's not really going to stop. I think we should stay away from using it as much as we possibly can, but I also understand that it is a tool. Like,
Right.
if you are using it as a tool and not as a crutch, I think that's okay.
That's the difference, yeah.
Like an example, as if environmentally it was okay, if it wasn't fucking ruining our planet so terribly, or at all, I guess.
Yeah.
I can see like generating art to give to an artist to commission and say, hey, can you do something like this? Just so you can, spit out a picture of your brain and kind of do it like that. But I mean, either way, like, I think if you have even before if you have the money, like, you should be commissioning artists and wanting them to succeed, because art is already, I don't know if it's dying, but I feel like some forms are.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
It's sad, but yeah, I mean, it sucks. It definitely fucking sucks with the way that the world is changing, but know, if it were regulated, I wouldn't feel so adverse to it.
Yeah.
But
because people have done some pretty fucked up things with it, obviously, in more extreme senses. Which
yeah, that is, I could get into more fun.
I'm sure.
I'm like, we won't even touch on it.
Yeah. Okay, then to shift to more positivity, though, Kasey, I feel like I've probably asked you this before, but best compliment that you've ever gotten, in terms of, career-wise and things like that, if there's something that sticks out to you specifically. Maybe it was, like, obviously another singer who gave you some big piece of advice, or just something that really stuck with you a lot.
Oh, man. I mean, okay, so we did Fight or Fright Philly in 2023. We opened up for Motionless In White, and I had a horrible show. My voice went out because our ears weren't working, and not only were our ears weren't working, we didn't have any monitors, and the fucking PA was so loud, I couldn't hear anything. So I fucking blew my voice out with the first 2 songs, trying to hear myself. And I was like, fuck! I was so pissed.
Terrible.
But Chris still invited me up on stage for Slaughterhouse that night. And Corey Taylor was at the fucking show. Corey Taylor was at the fucking show. And he had watched me go on stage for Slaughterhouse. And at the end of it, I came off stage and he was like, great job. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
am I awake?
Right! I was like, what even is going on here? I mean, so just coming from Corey Taylor, I was like, what the fuck? But I think a funnier one that I've gotten is people could actually understand what I'm saying on stage after not seeing us. Like, I'm like, I'll fucking take that.
Yeah.
The fact that you can understand what I'm saying is pretty. That's pretty lit. Because most people are like, I don't know what you're saying. So like, I'm like that's a good compliment. But I do love when people appreciate just the hard work that we all put in.
Yeah.
Just like I work very hard on my vocals, and Andrew works very hard playing the drums. CJ works very hard playing the guitar, and programming the session or whatnot. Like we all work very hard, and just anybody coming up and giving thanks and showing appreciation is just fucking the best. So.
Yeah, and I mean, so much content and so much creation, that goes into obviously any art form, but like, for you, you've done all the covers so many years and everything. I want to get your thoughts on Maphra.
Maphra!
How are you feeling about her takeover?
Dude, I like her. I will admit I haven't watched a cover full through, but I really liked the stuff that she's posted, at least clips-wise. I don't know why everybody gets so mad. I know everybody thought she was AI for a second.
Of
but
course.
like, clearly she's not AI. Her Ice Nine Kills performance, I feel like something was going on with the ears at the beginning, but she caught it at the end, which was fantastic. So I don't know why she gets all the fucking hate that she does. She has a very unique voice, and I think she puts the passion and the emotion in it, and that's really all that we can ask for in metal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just with the numbers she's doing, I think it'll be a matter of time before something happens. She'll be, if she wants to, right? If she wants to go down certain routes.
I feel like she will.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. But Kasey, I think on that note, can leave it off for you. I know you got rehearsal to do for the big show tonight. I'm so excited. And yeah, just always great catching up with you. Again, I want to tell you, one of my favorite people just in music right now. I'm so proud of you and all the things that you've been doing, and big congratulations on the tours and album. Like, you just one of the best people I think it could be.
Thank you so
representing
much.
the community the way you do. So,
dude, you're the fucking shit, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you for coming, and I'm really excited for you to see the show. And I'm not sick this time.
Not
so I'm
sick
very
this
excited
time.
for that.
I'm not hungover after my birthday. We were both fucked up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So,
It was a fucking
feeling
time.
way better, yes.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course.
Take